If you're over 40 and still doing HIIT to lose fat, your workouts might actually be working against you, not because you're not trying hard enough, but because of what high-intensity exercise does to your hormones at this stage of life. Here's what nobody tells you. After 40, cortisol, your stress hormone, becomes one of the biggest barriers to fat loss. And HIIT spikes cortisol hard if your body is already running on stress from work, from life, from not sleeping enough. Adding a brutal workout on top of that doesn't burn fat. It tells your body to hold on to it. I know how frustrating this is. You're showing up, you're sweating, you're sore, and the scale hasn't moved in months. You're probably thinking, maybe I just need to push harder. But what if the answer is actually the opposite? Women in their 30s and 40s are flooding fitness forums with the same story. I've been doing HIIT 5 days a week for 6 months, and I feel worse than when I started. My trainer keeps telling me to go harder, but I'm exhausted all the time. I used to get results from this. Now my body just doesn't respond. That's not a motivation problem. That's a physiology problem, and once you understand what's actually happening in your body after 40, you'll never look at your workout schedule the same way again. Let's start with cortisol. Your body releases cortisol when it's under stress. Physical, mental, emotional, it doesn't matter. Cortisol is not inherently bad. You need it to wake up in the morning, to respond to a challenge, to push through a tough moment. But chronically elevated cortisol is a fat storage signal, especially around the belly. When you do a 45-minute HIIT class, your cortisol spikes. Your body reads that as danger, emergency, survive. It pumps out glucose for quick energy. It suppresses digestion. It puts fat loss on the back burner. For a 25-year-old with stable hormones and 9 hours of sleep, that spike recovers fast. But for a woman in her 40s who is also dealing with perimenopause, sleep disruption, and a demanding life, that cortisol doesn't come back down as quickly. And if you're doing HIIT 3, 4, 5 times a week, you're stacking cortisol spikes on top of each other without enough recovery in between. Now here's where it gets really important. After 40, and especially during perimenopause, estrogen starts to decline. Estrogen actually has a buffering effect on cortisol. When estrogen drops, cortisol hits harder. Your body becomes more sensitive to stress, not less. So the same workout that felt fine at 32 now wrecks you for 2 days. That's not weakness, that's biology. And here's the other piece. HIIT is a catabolic exercise. It breaks tissue down. It's designed to push your body to its edge. Recovery is built into the assumption, but when your hormones are in flux and your sleep is inconsistent, and you're running a household or a career or both, recovery doesn't happen as fast as it used to. What was once a 3-day turnaround becomes a week, and if you keep training on top of under-recovered tissue, you're not building anything. You're just breaking it down again. So what should you actually do instead? The first thing I want to introduce you to is Zone 2 cardio. Zone 2 is a pace where you can hold a conversation, not sprint, not push, just move. Think. A brisk walk, a light jog, a steady bike ride. You're breathing harder than a stroll, but you're not gasping. This zone is where your body preferentially burns fat as fuel. Not sugar, fat. And unlike HIIT, Zone 2 does not significantly spike cortisol. It's a fat-burning tool that actually works with your stress response, not against it. For women over 40, Zone 2 cardio done consistently, even just 30 to 45 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week, can shift your metabolism in ways that no HIIT class ever will. Because when cortisol is low and you're in an aerobic state, your body happily dips into fat stores. There's no alarm going off, there's no emergency, just steady, efficient fat burning. And the research backs this up. Studies on women in perimenopause show that high-intensity exercise without adequate recovery actually increases fat mass in the midsection over time because of the cortisol connection. Meanwhile, moderate-intensity aerobic exercise combined with strength training consistently shows improvements in body composition, energy, and mood. Now let's talk about strength training because this is the other piece that most women over 40 are either skipping or not doing with enough intent. Muscle is your metabolic engine. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. But after 40, you naturally start losing muscle mass, up to 1% per year if you're not doing anything about it. This process is called sarcopenia, and it's one of the main reasons women feel like their metabolism has slowed down. It hasn't necessarily slowed, they've just lost some of the machinery that keeps it running. Strength training, real strength training with progressive overload, not just body weight circuits, signals your body to hold on to and build muscle. It improves insulin sensitivity. It supports bone density, which becomes critically important post-menopause. And unlike HIIT, it can be done in a way that respects your recovery capacity. 3 days a week, full body, compound movements, squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, done with enough weight to challenge you but enough rest to actually recover. That's a protocol your body after 40 can thrive on. Here's what I want you to picture. Imagine two women. Both are 43. Both want to lose fat and feel better in their bodies. Woman A is doing HIIT 5 days a week. She's tired all the time. Her sleep is getting worse. She's not losing weight. She keeps telling herself she needs to try harder. Woman B switched to Zone 2 cardio 3 days a week plus 2 days of strength training. Her energy is better. Her sleep improved. She lost 6 pounds in 8 weeks without killing herself. The difference isn't effort. The difference is working with her hormones instead of against them. Recovery is not optional. I want to say that clearly because diet culture has trained us to treat rest as laziness. It is not. Sleep is when your body rebuilds muscle, regulates hormones, and processes stress. If you're sleeping less than 7 hours, no workout protocol will fully work. Prioritizing sleep is literally part of your fitness plan after 40. So is managing stress. So is eating enough protein. Aim for at least 100 grams a day to support the muscle you're building. Let's talk about what a realistic week could look like. Monday, 40-minute Zone 2 walk or easy bike. Tuesday, strength training, full body. Wednesday, Zone 2 again, maybe a longer walk with a friend. Thursday, rest or light yoga. Friday, strength training. Saturday, longer Zone 2 session, 45 to 60 minutes. Sunday, full rest. That's it. No 5 a.m. boot camp. No collapsing on the floor after your workout. No dreading tomorrow because your legs are already destroyed. Just consistent, intentional movement that your body can actually use. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but I love HIIT. I get it. It feels productive. It feels like you earned it. And I'm not saying never do it again. If you love a HIIT class and you can do it once a week and recover fully before you do it again, fine. But if you're using it as your primary fat loss tool after 40, you are fighting an uphill hormonal battle that you did not sign up for. The shift I'm asking you to make is from work harder to work smarter for where your body actually is right now. That is not giving up. That is not slowing down. That is understanding your body well enough to stop doing things that are hurting you and start doing things that actually work. If this video opened your eyes, share it with a woman in your life who's been spinning her wheels in the gym. She needs to hear this. Your body is not broken. You just got different instructions than it needed. Now you have the right ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.